Hi and welcome to Indigo Starfire. My name is Bevin, and in this video I'm going to be doing a channeled message from Archangel Metatron. There are 3 groups to choose from. Group 1 is the Smoky Quartz. Group 2 is the Carnelian. And Group 3 is the Labradorite. So if you want to take a moment to center, focus on your breathing, and feel whichever group, maybe multiple groups or perhaps all of the groups that you're most drawn to, I'll give you a minute to make your selection and then we'll get right into it. And there are timestamps in the description box of the video for each group if you'd like to jump ahead. And up next is a close-up photo of the crystals to help you better make your selection. Hi, Group 1. You chose the Smoky Quartz. So I'm going to start with some tarot, and I will use these as the framework for the channeling, and then I will dive into the deeper energy surrounding that. I'm going to be channeling in the first person tense using pronouns such as I, me, and you. And following this initial portion of the reading, I'll get some standalone message cards that can either reinforce what comes through in the first section or can serve as additional messages for you from Archangel Metatron, and then I'll close the reading out with some initials. Okay, we have the Knight of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, Page of Cups, the Lovers, the Star, Queen of Swords, the World, and the Hermit. The wisdom that you seek in order to determine if you should hold the ground upon which you stand or make bold moves forward exists within yourself. It is your task at this point in time to still your mind and the quest outside for answers, and to lean back into the space where the sanctuary of all you need to know dwells and exists. You have up-leveled profoundly in your life, having put away childish things and focusing on your highest good, not just as a mantra or an affirmation which is stated, but in ways in which you are now the living embodiment of your higher self very profoundly. And you are encouraged to trust yourself in the ways in which you are propelled and swayed slightly and drastically in new directions and along the next course of a long-haul journey that you have been on. You have learned all that needed to be learned and gained from the previous cycles, and it is time to allow yourself to release these things. Watch them as they fade away into the background. Allow yourself to cry the tears that you must, which are the river by which these pockets of energies will be carried far and away from you. Because there is space which is being generated within you constantly and actively, into which new things that are better suited to this upgraded level of you can be called forth and find a safe place in which to land and to express themselves fully. Blessings which have been waiting for your arrival to this specific juncture and time are eager and anticipating you letting go of an outdated version of yourself as quickly or as gradually as feels comfortable for you. Please be confident in the fact that the changes that will come on the other side of what may be an arduous process of loosening your grip upon that which had represented an anchor and a safe space for so long will be met by the experience of a fluttering that gives way to a peace you have never known before, as you are aligned with things that are truly a match for you, that could only have been called in and recognized by you through an arduous process of being willing to trust in a larger plan for your life, learning the lessons as you needed to, surviving as long as you have along this path and within your life, and continuing to remain optimistic and keep granules of hope alive within yourself, even at the times where they dwindled into simply embers, so that you would have enough personal fuel and motivation to propel yourself beyond the ceilings you perceived and the encasement which boxed you into a very linear and limited version of yourself, so that you could unfurl into the maximum possibility of what life may now have to offer for you. Things which had seemed distant on the horizon are now all around you, waiting for you to open your eyes and adjust to this new climate. You are properly positioned to experience wish fulfillment on a very profound level, and it is up to you to allow yourself to move into the space where you know certainly and for a fact that you are worthy of receiving and experiencing the best that life has to offer. You have settled for crumbs for far too long, and you have done an excellent job of sustaining yourself on a light which was largely self-produced. In this next chapter and phase of your life, you will be met with greater reciprocity than you have known up to this point in time, and it is natural to feel a bit hesitant and frightened in the face of something that is so good and yet at the same time very much outside of the ordinary of what you had been accustomed to in the past. Allow yourself to acclimate gradually, but don't get too comfortable within your comfort zone. It is important that you continue to press yourself beyond the bounds and the limits of what you think is possible. Small steps or even great leaps beyond what you have told yourself would be the most prudent and cautious course of action. Be daring every once in a while and allow yourself to sit in the space where you feel exposed for having taken certain risks that are everything that your heart desires, and then move ever so gently and progressively deeper and deeper into the space where the authenticity of who you are is allowed to align with the opportunities that surround you. Wish fulfillment is waiting for you to believe that you are worthy, to greet it where it stands, and to watch and experience as you are reciprocated with in kind. You have passed many tests in your life, and you are due for some blessings to arrive. All that is necessary at this point in time is that you continue to allow yourself to shed an outdated version of you that has served you well up to this point in time, but is a cloak which is no longer necessary, as you are in a season and a level of your life which requires full disclosure of the version of you that you have cultivated and crafted subtly and diligently behind the scenes. It is time for you to be seen as this full version of yourself. Take your time in letting that be known, but do not dissuade yourself from the reality that the more you stand in that authenticity and let it be known to others, the more that what truly resonates with the reality of who you are inside can identify you, find you, and feel welcome to enter. So those are your messages. Let's see what else Archangel Metatron wants you to know. Okay, we have guidance. You are not alone. You are guided by masters and teachers of the highest realms. Vision. Trust in your ability to create the vision in your soul. Inner worlds. Your external world is a reflection of your inner world. Vibration. Your vibration is being raised to higher levels. You are connected to cosmic intelligence. Intuition. Trust your intuition. It has been guiding you to the answers that you seek. Reflection. See all aspects of yourself through the reflection of the one who mirrors your hidden self. Fruition. Rest assured your dreams and visions will come to fruition. And starseed. Raise the vibration of the planet through your radiant, loving light. So these initials can be a first, middle, or last name, or can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. Got B, G, Z, I, A, C, S, Y, F, S, V, E, O, P, V, D, Y, and N. So those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer those through my Etsy shop, and there's a link to that in the description box of the video. I offer a variety of pre-recorded video readings, written readings, and channeled letters. Turnaround time on everything is 5 to 7 days from the time of purchase. I also sell handmade jewelry, dream catchers, and sun catchers if you're interested in checking any of those out as well. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, Group 2. You chose the Carnelian. So I'm going to start with some tarot, and I will use these as the framework for the channeling, and then I will dive into the deeper energy surrounding that. I'm going to be channeling in the first person tense using pronouns such as I, me, and you. And following this initial portion of the reading, I'll get some standalone message cards that can either reinforce what comes through in the first part or can serve as additional messages for you from Archangel Metatron. And then I'll close the reading out with some initials. Okay, we have the Tower, the Fool, the Lovers, Seven of Wands, Page of Wands, Temperance, King of Swords, and the Empress. It is time for a beginner's mind. The seeds that you have planted and have tended diligently in the long-term course of your life up to this point in time are getting ready to sprout forth in magnificent and prolific ways. And what you thought that you were going to experience on the other side of a doorway of transformation is in fact going to be something that aligns even more deeply with a precise version of you that you cannot quite decipher yet because you are in the midst of being transformed. And it is important that you allow yourself to hold on to the vision of the frequency of what it is that you have been trying to call in and cultivate, while allowing yourself to be pleasantly surprised by the guise and visage of what it is that presents itself to you on the other side of this process of up-leveling and reawakening of a very deep-rooted part of yourself that has been waiting for certain other circumstances to come into alignment before it was finally the right climate, time, and season within your life and the lives of others for certain wishes long deferred to come to a place of fruition. You have done an excellent job of reaching a level of self-mastery that few endeavor to embark upon, and even fewer successfully achieve in the time and manner and nature through which you have been able to move through an obstacle course within yourself in order to be able to reach and access at will a place of tranquility that will serve you in the seasons of your life to come, to keep your awareness sharp and to allow you to move in a flow state beyond the perception of obstacles in order to align with opportunities. You have reached the end of a phase of needing to learn things the hard way. Easier roads will be made available for you to travel upon. Your struggles have not been in vain, and the nature of the work you have invested in yourself has paid off beautifully. If you could see yourself from this vantage point, you would be amazed at how radiant your energy has become as compared to the person that you were even several years ago, let alone a decade ago. You have undergone so many different phases of metamorphosis that you in many ways are hardly the same person that you began this journey as. And this is not the final manifestation of you, and yet is a version that will serve you well through the experience of blessings which are yours to claim. You needed to become something else in order for those doors of abundance to open to you. The wait has not been punishment. It has in fact been a deep state of preparation. Inside you have become the very essence of the things that you want the most, and therefore you are able to magnetize in, to hold the space for, and to sustain in a measurable and consistent manner the weight and gravity of what it is that you are about to experience and to align with on many levels. This is a time for celebration. It is a time for rest. It is a time for eager anticipation about the blessings that are shortly to come. Keep your eyes on the prize deeply within your heart that has compelled you forth to this place and time. It is time for you to shed the idea of labels and titles and instead move into a place where you are operating purely as energy, the force and frequency of the vibration of what you have been seeking to attract and have been working to co-create on your end with the universe. In this place of open-mindedness, you are able to call forth and grasp to you, holding close and incorporating into the wholeness of your being those essential components which are the pieces to the building of a larger dream for you. Certain experiences and people who will prove to be invaluable allies in the years to come, and in many ways are the keepers of the wisdom that you have been needing within yourself. You as well have things to exchange with them in kind, so that the next season of your experience will be one which harkens in a period of reciprocity, growth on the part of all individuals that you are choosing to interact with, and a sense of time being something fulfilled rather than wasted through the things which are put before you and which you choose to embark upon along your path. You have reached a level of balance within yourself which is profound and commendable. Hold your head high and hold fast to the knowledge, not in a place of humbleness, but in a place of pride within, that this version of you was painstakingly built. You need to hold on to your scars as proof that you have survived what would have toppled a lesser person. You need to hold on to your accomplishments as the badges of honor that you chose to go the distance, to overcome things that would have dissuaded lesser people to take easy routes or to settle into a life of seeming mediocrity. You have accomplished a great feat simply by choosing to meet yourself deeply at the core of your authenticity, to hold fast to this and to shine that light brightly for all the world to see. It is this place of deep self-love and dignity and regard for who you are that will be your calling card in the years to come, magnetizing to you opportunities and people who see you for exactly who you are. Celebrate that and have very much the like frequency to exchange with you in kind. So those are your messages. Let's see what else Archangel Metatron wants you to know right now. Okay, we have inner alchemy. Inner alchemy is achieved when you react to fear with love. Fruition. Rest assured your dreams and visions will come to fruition. Ascension. Your soul is evolving to higher states of consciousness. You are ready for this. Transcendence. Transcend your mind's limitations and allow your soul's light to truly shine. Patience. Be patient and allow destiny to unfold at its own pace. Vision. Trust in your ability to create the vision in your soul. Guidance. You are not alone. You are guided by masters and teachers of the highest realms. And blue flame. Connect to the blue flame, which is the light of pure love within you. So these initials can be a first, middle, or last name, or can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. Got U, I, D, P, F, G, K, A, C, I, E, A, M, R, U, N, W, T, O, and B. So those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer those through my Etsy shop, and there's a link to that in the description box of the video. I offer a variety of pre-recorded video readings, written readings, and channeled letters. Turnaround time on everything is 5 to 7 days from the time of purchase. I also sell handmade jewelry, dream catchers, and sun catchers if you're interested in checking any of those out as well. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, Group 3. Chose the Labradorite. So I'm going to start with some tarot, and I will use these as the framework for the channeling, and then I will dive into the deeper energy surrounding that. I'm going to be channeling in the first person tense using pronouns such as I, me, and you. And following this initial portion of the reading, I'll get some standalone message cards that can either reinforce what comes through here in the first part or can serve as additional messages for you from Archangel Metatron, and then I'll close the reading out with some initials. Okay, we have the 8 of Cups, 5 of Cups, Page of Cups, the Lovers, 3 of Swords, 3 of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, and Judgment. What you perceive as loss, as a waste of time, as a dead-end road that has led to nowhere, has in fact been the process of reaching a higher vantage point through a backdoor route. You now are well acquainted with the nature of woundedness within you that has perpetuated certain cycles within your life, that has led to a series of disappointments, not limited to the ones that you are most apparently and acutely aware of, to where in this next chapter and phase of your life, you are armed with a degree of wisdom that could only have been attained through experiences of loss and suffering. And it is with this essential compound inside of yourself that you will be able to build a foundation in a better and different direction, because you are now acutely aware of what it is that you do not want your life to look like. Not simply in terms of the surface level veneer, but in terms of those feelings that you are left with, the residue when all else crumbles away, that has caused you to be lonely and in pain, needing to sift through and process a series of uncomfortable experiences. It is through this wounding that wisdom is actively being crystallized within you, so that you will literally reject things in the seasons of your life to come that are reflections of the nature of this very arduous journey that you have taken deep within your shadow. Nothing has been in vain, and time itself, being the illusion that it is in a linear sense, has now gifted you the opportunity to move in a cyclical fashion away from that which you thought would be your heart's desire, and to be confronted instead with the nightmarish reality that what you have been calling towards and calling in all along has been the far cry from the sense of sanctuary that ought to have been experienced when you aligned directly and deeply with that which you thought was going to be the level of fulfillment you were seeking. Do not spend too long in a place of self-deprecation. Do not punish yourself for not knowing then what you know now. Forewarned is forearmed, and so you now have the knowledge and insight necessary to utilize a heightened level of discernment that has only been sharpened in the manner in which it has, because you have trusted, you have opened yourself up, you have risked, and that risk has not yielded the results that you had hoped for. Take all the time you need to grieve and mourn the passing of opportunities which you were not able to reach because you were otherwise distracted, or which presented themselves as one thing and only turned out to be another. Pick yourself up when the time feels right, and march and move forth towards a better sort of destiny, even if that point on the horizon feels vague, one foot in front of the other, holding on to the hope within your heart which has been excavated and is the light that you now keep firmly within your grasp in the midst of feeling your way through this cavernous darkness. You cannot go back the same direction that brought you to this level, but you can create a way forward that will yield new results, will bring about new opportunities for blessings, and will prove to be far less challenging of a route to the surface than you at this point can anticipate will be the case. You have been underground within yourself. You have not wandered far. You are in fact more deeply nestled in the core of the unknown of who you are, where all of your programming, all of the stored wounds and the motivations exist and lie. And so take your time to feel your way through this liminal space. You will be surprised at the ways in which you are able to connect the dots with what you are feeling and experiencing presently, and how this has rippled out into a myriad of experiences of disappointment in other sectors of your life. You stand at the precipice of being able to heal deep wounds within that you have carried with you through this lifetime, that you inherited from the generations before, and that are a gift from your soul to yourself across many incarnations times, and places, because you are the version of yourself that is equipped to finally understand the nature of these patterns, break through them by choosing to build in a different direction. It is not by tearing down the old foundation, but by cultivating something differently altogether, that you will move through this experience with success. Trust in your ability to navigate at this time. Your intuition is heightened and on point. You need not concern yourself with what is presented necessarily at face value. It is the feeling of the thing, what exists beyond the mask, how that resonates and coordinates with a particular tune and frequency within yourself, that you will be able to take steps in the direction of what feels right and best versus what gives you a sense of uncertainty and hesitation, as reflective of those familiar wounds that you have just dealt with, attempting to call you back in for yet another round of disappointment. There is nothing further to be learned or gained from the energy of loss and suffering. It is now time for you to build your stamina and the belief within yourself that you are worthy of receiving good things and positive experiences, that growth is possible for you now and always through the experience of wish fulfillment. Suffering has taught all it needs to teach to you. It is now time for you to allow love to be the instructor you have yearned for quite some time. So those are your messages. Let's see what else Archangel Metatron wants you to know right now. Okay, we have free spirit. To be a free spirit is to float without walls, to fly without judgment, and to love without conditions. Starseed, raise the vibration of the planet through your radiant, loving light. Vibration, your vibration is being raised to higher levels. You are connected to cosmic intelligence. Reflection, see all aspects of yourself through the reflection of the one who mirrors your hidden self. Observation, expand your consciousness by observing the divine matrix of life. Ascension, your soul is evolving to higher states of consciousness. You are ready for this. Vision, trust in your ability to create the vision in your soul. And Earth Guide, your sacred calling upon this planet is simply love and be loved. So these initials can be a first, middle, or last name, or can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. Got T, I, U, T, N, G, M, D, E, N, H, R, Z, V, E, C, W, P, B, V, A, and Q. So those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. like a personal reading, I offer those through my Etsy shop, and there's a link to that in the description box of the video. I offer a variety of pre-recorded video readings, written readings, and channeled letters. Turnaround time on everything is 5 to 7 days from the time of purchase. I also sell handmade jewelry, dream catchers, and sun catchers if you're interested in checking any of those out as well. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well.